Hello everyone, I am going to do one last in the bag for the season. I did one earlier in the season, but a few things have changed. I do want to say that I'm happier with my bag now than I probably ever have been. Um, so with that being said, let's go with drivers. Fury, I use the Opto Fury for my rollers and anti shots. Saint I use. This is great for wooded holes or when I have to throw the disc maybe at about 80%. I usually don't throw this at 100% or it flips a little bit too much for me, but it's really controllable through the woods. Love it. The Escape is a lot like the Saint, except I can throw it a little bit harder. It's more for open shots, open ante shots for the most part. I get a lot of control out of this and still get a lot of distance out of it. I wouldn't use it in a headwind. It would probably flip too much for me. But no wind, this thing goes very controllable. This new Spark, this recycled Spark has become my go-to disc. This thing is nasty. It's nice and straight with a predictable fade. I can turn it over on an ante and it'll hold the ante and then it'll have a nice fade at the end. Really controllable. If you haven't tried one of these, I would highly suggest it. Next one would be the Felon. It's a little bit step up from the others, from the Spark. If I need something that's not going to get the most distance, but I need a nice reliable fade, I'll use the Felon. Also like it for shorter forehand shots. Felon, great disc, and love this stamp, this double stamp. I don't know if you can see that, but it's so super sweet. Alright, and now the Scythe. I primarily use this for forehand. This is my go-to forehand disc. Really like it. It's nice and straight, and then I can count on it to fade back for me. It goes really fast through the air. Not a lot of glide, which I like. So Scythe. I use the Trespass. This will be my straight to ante long distance disc. I like to put a little hyzer on this for the most part, let it stand up a little bit, ride, and then hyzer back out. But this thing, great glide. It's awesome. A lot of distance. And then my favorite disc in my bag, the Enforcer. This is brand new. I'm trying to get this one beat in. This one's nice and beat in. This one's still pretty daggone overstable. This one is very straight with a nice predictable fade. It's not a big fade like this one will, but I threw this a lot at the handbrake, and it's so deadly accurate, and I can get some pretty good distance off of it for a stable disc. My mid-ranges, Team Trilogy Claymore. I've had this in the bag forever. This is more for an ante type shot, straight to ante type shot. Got my Team Trilogy Warship. This is more for straight with a fade. Definitely a little more stable than the Claymore, and it will also, both of these will go for mid ranges. They will go. Gotta have a Justice in the bag. Goes through the air nice. You can definitely depend on this on fading back for you. It's also great for forehand. I try not to forehand it too much, probably just because I haven't practiced it as much, but that rim is just a little different for me. But if I had a shorter type of forehand, I would probably use that. Now the one question in my bag, since the handbrake, I've changed my putting style. I went from a spin putter. I've always been a spin putter with a finger up. Now I'm bringing the finger down. Instead of spin and pushing, I'm bringing it down more and more like a hybrid, not really a push putt or a spin putt, but in between. Still snaps. So right now I'm really liking the Shield. It's got a lot of glide. I love this disc for drives. If I can get to the basket with this disc, this is what I'm throwing every time. So this is going to be hard to replace. I do like it for putting, but I don't know if I am going to stick with it or not. But so far, this is what I've been primarily putting with my new putting style. Really like this Marshall though. This Marshall, this one, has a bead. The shield has a bead, but this is beadless. But the thing is, it is kind of deep, so it feels great in the hand. And this curve right here feels so natural that it's hard not to use this disc. The one thing I don't like about this, it doesn't have as much glide as the shield. It is stable though when you try to drive with it. It just doesn't have quite as much glide, and that's the one thing that's holding me back from making a full go with this. But this Marshall feels great, and it gets to the basket nice pretty quickly. Doesn't have a ton of glide. So I don't know yet, and this one is always going to stay in the bag. This is my understable if I want to drive and have a turnover, or if I have a tunnel shot that I need it to go dead straight. This is my disc for sure. The Swan one. And that is it. Thank you all for watching, and good luck for the rest of the season, and take care.